Opossum Prime has existed from time immemorial. What is inside that zipper? All we know is that things long thought lost make their way back to his primordial pouch. Some say it's the first tear in space-time that ever happened. Since then, the universe has needed aid, holding the fabric together. The Space Force exists to right wrongs and heal the universe, to seal the tears and prevent them from splitting the fabric of space-time apart.
Ah, too close.
Bartholomew, come down for breakfast.
Yes, Nana.
I fixed you a plate, sweetie. You've got a big day today. The whole planet will be at the festival.
Not the whole planet, Nana.
Oh? Is that so? I thought the news reporter said the whole planet. Bless these old ears of mine.
Today's the day I become a cadet. And if I'm lucky, I could become the cadet selected for the Crane. It's only the most exciting and glorious ship in the fleet. Captain Dodger's own crew would have to be the best.
Well, my little kitten, who knows what'll happen when we walk out that door. I've got to deliver this fish pie to Agena Pines down the way. Are you going to be okay?
Yes, Nana.
All right. I love you, sweetie.
I love you too.
Oh, wait. Hold on, sweetie. Hold on.
Hold on.
I'm holding on, loosely, but I want to get back to the Crane. With you and I gone, Paul is the most senior officer on the ship. Which event is this one?
It's the annual recruitment demonstration. These are the most talented Malkians our world has to offer.
It's very different from my recruitment days.
Well, the Force has become more theatrical in recent years. And it's not every demo that one recruit could end up serving on the Crane under the Captain Dodger.
Or something like that.
I vetted a few of the top choices. I'd say that one is an easy first pick. Tenacious, smart, speaks with her chest. Remind you of anyone?
Let's watch and see what happens.
It's your lucky day, because I'm about to help you earn a buttload of doubloons with this.
Pardon? I don't understand. Who are you? And what is that?
It's the Kajiro idol of the Flying Fox family in Quadrant Beta.
Uh-huh. Should I ask if this is a hot item?
Nope. It's actually quite cool to the touch. No good. What about the Forgotten Gems, huh? I got these from a pyrite in Quadrant Alpha. They wanted a lot for them, but I convinced them that it was only fool's gold. These are the jokes.
I'm not so sure. Where did you say you got these artifacts?
Oh, it doesn't matter where they came from, only where they're going. Into your inventory.
I don't know. How would I even find a buyer for this? If you have any Space Force merch, I can buy that.
No. Those AAA hacks are a shackle on the free market. Oh, Dodger, that cat scratch on my back. I've got something far more marketable. The dream of capital adventure.
What's that?
Are you sure you won't take the artifacts? Well, I suppose I'll just leave civilly. Doubt it. I'll be taking that.
I have more questions than answers. My head is already 2 steps ahead. Which of these are the test scores? Never mind. We've narrowed it down to, Claudia and... I can't read this. Heathcliff? That can't be right.
Both are equally skilled, but Claudia's done this a few times and each time has improved. Heathcliff is the kitten of Admiral Cobb, so he's got a leg up on the competition.
I don't know, Tabby. This is the kid's first test, and already he's done so well. But this Claudia is willing to take risks to be the first in her family to serve.
Either would be fine additions to the crew.
And they're expecting our answers soon?
20 minutes ago.
Ugh. I can do this. A call to action!
Dodger, which candidate are you going with?
Tell them the crane chose Claudia. She's consistent, firm, and thorough. You're right. She does remind me of someone.
How am I supposed to know recruitment registration was 4 to 6 months ago?
Excusez-moi, gamer. I got somewhere else to be and nowhere to go.
What do you mean?
It's adult talk. You'll get it when you're older. You're in the target demographic to buy custom merchandise. How about buying a new plush of the
Adventure capitalist.
No, cat scratch.
How old are you anyway, AC? Old enough to know better, honestly.
No, I'm old enough, Dodger. Old enough to potty. Hostage swipe.
Oh, no swiping!
Put the kitten down, AC.
And give up the only leverage I've made for myself? Not a chance of that happening, Captain.
Captain Dodger, is it really you?
What? Obviously.
Interstellar kick!
Just like his action figure.
Oh! Fine. You've got a kid to deal with now. I'm out of here. Fear escape.
You gas giant. Where were you going that you got caught up in this?
I was coming from the recruitment demonstration.
You're a recruit?
No, I didn't have enough time.
Ah, they cut you off short. I know something about not testing well with time limits.
Hey, Captain! Is everything all right? I saw you fighting with nature's bandit. You need us to follow him and bring him back to you?
No, Bulbra, that isn't necessary. I've got another priority here that needs to be resolved. Be ready to include a brief stop on our route.
Sure thing, Captain.
Wow, I'm going to be a courageous leader just like you. I've studied all your moves, and I'm ready to start now. I guess I still have a lot to learn about showing up on time, but I'm going to be an even better space captain than you someday. I mean, well, you know.
Is that so? Come with us. We'll see you get home safely.
On the crane?
You have a kid now? How did this happen? The Crane is not in the business of fostering strays, no matter how bad you feel for them.
He's already on the ship, and there's nothing to be done about it. Get him suited with Claudia. It might be nice to have a reminder for the crew. We all started, asking for a chance to succeed.
But we can't just surprise adopt cadets. What about his caregiver?
And you're sure you have everything you'll need?
I won't need much. They provide everything we need. I'll just take some of my most treasured possessions.
And he'll be safe as can be.
I advocate for my crew. I trust them with my life. Well, most of them.
I won't be the only one. There's another cadet joining too.
It's delightful to know you'll be making friends. Oh, I suppose I shouldn't be so greedy with your time. Oh, I'm going to miss you. I feel in my heart you're going to do great. You remember? I'm only ever a video message away.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I love you, Nana.
It's been approved.
And the Force?
I was allowed to put this crew together of my own volition. This is me exercising some of that star power.
Privileges of fame and celebrity. Fine. But before I get them started on their training, have you got the next heading from Bulbra?
She's told me there's a tear in Quadrant Delta.
That's near the old raccoon territory.
And a little further than we've ever been before. It's really happening. Is it all right to tell you I feel excited?
You and me both. But my excitement has some anxiety fueling it. What are we about to find? Regardless, forward is always a good direction to travel. Everyone serves an important role here on the Crane, and during your cadetship you will likely find a specialty in which to thrive. For now, however, we need to orient you to the ship and its departments.
Like the bridge, engineering, and sciences.
Yes, but there's more to the ship than that. We run a very minimal crew, so the responsibilities of the ship's operations are shared by everyone. I knew there was something bizarre about this arm. Chief Gorgeous, can you skip over here for a moment? I have a favor to ask you.
What more is there to say? It's time to work.
This is Kit Gorgeous, our chief engineer. Kit, these are Claudia and Bartholomew. They need to be onboarded.
Sorry, what?
They need to be oriented to the crew.
Huh?
Introduce them to everyone.
All right. The thrusters need a calibration, and that can probably wait.
Can't you have Bruce do it?
The tour?
The calibrations.
He isn't qualified for it.
Don't you determine those? Just qualify him.
I would, but, you know.
Not to worry. I've got this.
He's good with the responsibilities he already has. So they need the full tour? Skeletons and all?
Just go over the protocol and show them the quarters.
All right. Let's start you two with the most important protocol on the ship. GMC.
What's that?
Getting me coffee.
Hiya, I'm Bulbra. I saw you coming in with KG. That's what I call Kit. Then I thought those kittens must be the new cadets. And as the semi-official hospitality director, I need to flap my wings over to you and shake your hands. Hello, coucou, bienvenue.
Bulbra is the Crane's navigation officer. Her species are naturally drawn to different star networks, so she's synchronized directly with the ship's system. She uses that natural sense of direction to direct the crane to undiscovered tear sources.
No other ship in the fleet uses a system like that. The crane really is fascinating.
Oh, why not? What are the rest of her species doing?
Ooh, mostly cooking.
Bulbra's the last of her species. The crane's navigation system is one of a kind.
What happened?
Look. So pretty.
Oh, yeah. Why are you getting there faster?
Seems like a skill issue.
You had a bad day, you take it one down, you sing a sad song just to turn it around.
Anyway, we've got to be going, Bulbra. I need to finish showing the new cadets the ship before finishing a few calibrations. Did you know Tabby asked me to have Bruce finish them?
Bruce isn't qualified for that.
I know! It's to the science bay next.
Ooh, you better hope Paul is busy somewhere else. You know he hates people interrupting him. I hear he'll switch your big toes while you're sleeping.
Stop! We've got enough problems with the tears. We don't need them to be fretting more. And this is Paul's prison.
Who's Paul?
The chief science officer, presumably.
Yeah, between you and me, he gives me the creeps.
Where is he?
Hopefully busy with some kind of experiment for Captain Dodger. Trust me, the less you see of Paul, the better.
Polonius Clawford Longwhisker III. You are found liable of genetic mutation, passport forgery, misrepresentation, and defamation of a fleet admiral.
Please, Polonius is my father.
I'm growing very tired of your japes, Mr. Longwhisker. This has already been a surprisingly straightforward trial, and since you refused counsel and chose to represent yourself, I can only imagine what you think is going to happen now.
Well, I figured I'd serve time aboard AA's ship per Penal Code 42, Section 3 of the SFUC. As Chief Science Officer, obviously.
Penal Code 42, Section...
Where I would retain my rank and salary.
I've never heard of 42, Section 3. Clerk, what is that?
He's citing accurate code just to carry it. It's a stipulation in the punitive code for certain diplomatic candidates, which Mr. Longwhisker qualifies for.
Him!
Affirmative, Justice. Let's see. His family are ambassadors to the gangrel species of Quadrant Gamma.
Diplomatic immunity. I hate bureaucrats. All right, but it says the ship's captain assumes liability should the candidate default or abandon post. Which captain is brazen enough to assume such a risk?
He's identified one Captain...
Dodger? Never heard of him.
I'm literally on the poster behind you.
I waived my right to counsel.
Just consider serving time aboard the Crane. I guarantee you won't get a better offer in sentencing.
You're probably right. You think this is my first time being detained? I've had second chances, third chances, Katrine chances. What makes this different?
I don't know. Frankly, I'm not really sure this will change anything for you, but it would change everything for my crew.
Not the most heroic motive for the face of the Force. Fine. Perhaps I do know who you are. A risk taker, leader of good fortune, a joker. Pourquoi fais-tu que
Because we need you. Our missions are taking us to a new level of exploration, We're facing challenges that protocol can't account for. And you seem particularly sensitive to cage madness.
And they call me a madman.
Will you put in the request?
The Captain Dodger is offering to hold your lead.
Yes, I am, Justicar.
All right, fine. Just know, Mr. Longwhisker, if I see your name on my table again, I'll have you stuffed in a carrier and shipped to Abu Dhabi.
Me. Fools! You don't even know my real name.
I'll copy, Justicar. Paul, Alonzi.
You know I've seen his salary reports. Me.
You give me the creeps.
Here we are. Cadet quarters. We were only expecting one new cadet, so you two will be sharing a room.
Whoa! You can see the whole planet from here.
It's really something. I'm going to work on those calibrations. Will you two be all right? Daily assignments are handed out each morning on the bridge.
We'll be there, Chief.
Oh, I want that bed.
Listen here. I'm not gonna scold you for the countless protocol breaches you make, though I could. I only need to establish a clear understanding.
A cadet understanding.
Ugh! That! Right there! You're not a cadet. You didn't go through training or testing. You were not nominated through a rigorous selection process. You were here because Captain Dodger is privileged enough to run the crane with total discretion. You're lucky, and that alone does not a cadet make. The best thing for you to do is stay out of the way and learn by doing. This is an incredible opportunity. Seize and cherish it, Bart. Ugh, I've got a headache. I'm going to the canteen for some tea.
All right. Good night, Claudia.
Good night, junior recruit.
Hi, Nana. It's me, junior recruit aboard the crane. Boy, today has been a really great day. I met all these great people. There's this one species lady who's just kind of like the only thing left on her planet, and that's kind of an awkward little thing. And then we have this bat guy who does a lot of engineering stuff, and then there's Kid Gorgeous. Oh, and by the way, like I said, the whole crew is amazing.
Home again, jiggity jig. Let's see how we did today. Oh yeah, nothing. Don't worry, kids. I'll help you out. Lousy Dodger. He's pain in my... Ow, my tooth. Oh, great. Last thing I need right now. Huh? I don't understand. Is this for the artifacts? Because I already have a few buyers ahead of you lined up.
Consider it your retainer. The board has work for you.
What's the work?
You're familiar with the crane's mission. Slow them down.